A new study says women who drink coffee daily may actually age better. The study followed nearly 50,000 women and collected data for more than 4 decades. So, could your coffee habit be your secret to aging gracefully?
Let's hope so. Dr. Natalie Gentile is here to spill the beans on how your brew could be your beauty boost.
Oh,
I love
cheers
that.
to that.
All right,
Love it.
Before we get into the coffee of it all, let's define what is healthy aging, because we hear that term everywhere.
Yeah, so getting to that age of 70 or older without the majority of the major chronic conditions we see, think diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, right? These things that a lot of people deal with. So being free of those diseases, being functionally aging well, right? So you're able to get up and move, you're able to exercise consistently, you have good sleep. So it's this epitome of what we want to look like when we're in our 70s, right?
Right, inside and out. Is it okay if we moan a little bit when we get up off the floor?
There can be a little bit of achiness.
Okay.
Yes, that's normal.
Can the knees crackle just a bit?
Yes, Rice Krispie knees are okay.
Okay, good. Everything's going fine. So how much coffee do you consider to be beneficial to drink a day? Because as a coffee addict, I was elated to hear the results of this study, but sometimes people can overdo it.
Yeah, so first of all, with this study, they're looking at about 315 milligrams of caffeine. So that's going to be about 3 small cups of coffee or 1.5 big ones by our current standards of coffee cups. So if you're drinking more than that, it might be kind of like with SPF on a sunscreen. After some point, it's not as helpful, right?
True.
So that's that sweet spot there. And also, they were looking at, it's specifically that coffee. So it's not so much the tea, for example, it's the caffeine from coffee itself.
Oh, so other caffeinated drinks wouldn't count. So Red Bull is not, you're not going to get the same benefits.
Natalie's
from
like,
that.
oh my goodness.
You're not going to hear me recommending Red Bull here.
Okay, I didn't think so, but I just wanted to check.
Yeah,
just to make sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And asking for a friend.
Yes.
Right, totally. That and the Rice Krispie
Yes.
knees.
Yeah.
So do all, I mean, exactly like you said, all caffeinated beverages are not considered the same, but is there a better coffee to drink as far as the other ones are concerned?
I don't think we need to get into the weeds with that.
Sure.
I think with just choosing a coffee that's, I mean, a lot of people think organic, for example, versus non-organic is probably going to be more expensive. You know, I don't think it necessarily has to be from that source, but it's specifically from coffee beans is what we're paying attention to.
What is it about coffee beans? What is causing this healthy aging benefit that we're seeing?
Yeah, I mean, we see a lot of antioxidants with intake of coffee and caffeine in particular from coffee beans. And so I think there's that connection of that antioxidant. But I think there's also the alertness and mental acuity that comes with increased caffeine intake to a certain degree, right? And when we have that acuity and we're kind of alert, more on, more functional, I think that allows us to do a lot of other things in daily life that might be health promoting habits. I think we can't ignore that fact.
Absolutely. It gives you more energy just to do everything.
Sure.
And I know that there are people watching this right now thinking, that's all good and fine, but I hate coffee. Are there other beverages that people can have with those same antioxidants and benefits?
I love green tea. For that antioxidant benefit, you know, you're going to get some caffeine from that, but green tea has an excellent antioxidant profile, and there are many studies supporting the intake of green tea, just plain old green tea, for cognition and healthy aging.
So no Splenda, we're not adding sugar.
I don't think we need to add much to it. I think we can just keep it plain.
That's safe.
Okay.
That's safe.
Okay, well, I know coffee's good, green tea is good, but I would have to imagine that it comes down to lifestyle, because you can't drink both of those beverages and just expect it to be a miracle.
I was thinking a lot about that this morning. I think people see these things as like, this is the answer, I'll do this one thing and it's going to make a difference. But we know time and again, it's the whole global picture of what your lifestyle habits are. We know that if you're going to bring in some strength training, you know, some antioxidants from healthy food intake, colorful fruits and vegetables, and focusing on your mental health, these things are going to be of utmost importance, regardless of caffeine or not.
Yeah, that's very true. And as far as weightlifting is concerned, you're doing a 21-day challenge at Rebel Wellness that can really pair with, I will say, a cup of coffee.
I agree. You know, getting strength training in time and again, we're seeing how important it is, that resistance training 2 to 3 days a week. So we have this challenge going on at our studio at Rebel, just encouraging people to get that strength training in a lot this month of June.
Right.
Okay, that's good. I've been practicing my push-ups. I can do 3 now. So
that should be our next segment. All I'm saying.
I can do 6. I hate to be that one-upper, but we were shocked.
I'm trying to beat you.
It's okay.
You will eventually. Thanks, Nat. If you're interested in learning more about Direct Care Physicians of Pittsburgh or Rebel Wellness, head to our website, kdk.com/talkpittsburgh.